have no idea what's so great about you.
What is it, out of nowhere?
The pre-wedding get-together yesterday. I was so surprised to see your fiancé.
Why?
Why did he choose you? I thought he'd be an ugly guy. He's so handsome, I couldn't believe my eyes.
Oh, yeah? Thank you.
Does Rick like ugly women?
That isn't nice. I mean, your sister is getting married. Can't you at least say congratulations?
How can I say that? You'll be 100% unhappy in the future.
What do you mean?
You and your fiancé are so different. You guys don't match each other. Rick will regret it for the rest of his life. He will wonder why his wife is so ugly. I feel so sorry for Rick already.
You're still talking so terribly to your own sister. It's me and Rick who are getting married. You don't need to worry about us.
I'm not worried about you. I'm worrying about Rick.
It's none of your business. I don't need you to worry about Rick.
I seriously wonder what in the world made him decide to marry you. It's one of the 7 wonders of the world. I don't understand it at all.
Don't be so rude. Why do you always have to be so rude? You've been rude since you were a little girl. You're 25 years old now. You should choose your words more carefully.
That's impossible. Honesty is my strong suit. Mom and Dad told us to be honest, right? I'm just doing as they told me.
That's because you lied all the time, and you should not be honest about everything. You know what they say, out of the mouth comes evil.
I'm just being honest with you. I've been through a lot too.
What?
I'm unquestionably the most beautiful woman in the world. You're undeniably ugly. People used to ask me if we were really related. It was really embarrassing.
I'm sorry about that.
Well, I was wondering about that myself too. So, how did you get Rick? Does he owe you something? Or did you take advantage of him?
I didn't do anything. Rick asked me to date and got married.
That's impossible!
That's not something you decide.
I see. You know you can never beat me on her own, so you're trying to beat me with a man.
There's no way I would think such a foolish thing. The wedding is in 2 months. I'm still pretty busy. If you're going to talk nonsense like that, don't contact me anymore.
What are you talking about? You're always like that. You've always been so bossy just because you're smart.
I'm not trying to be bossy. You are saying so many boring things.
You act like an honor student. I remember you telling me not to talk too much other people in middle school. It was really annoying.
That's because you were mounting your classmates. You were calling them ugly.
What's wrong with calling ugly people ugly? They didn't know. I was trying to teach them a lesson.
Are you still talking like that? Even Dad warned you.
Mom and Dad are always on your side because you have good grades. Even now, all they say is, become like your sister.
That's because you do so many stupid things.
What did I do?
Stealing money from Mom's purse? Using Dad's credit card without his permission?
That's not a bad thing.
It can't be a good thing.
It's my parents' money. It's normal for parents to spend money on their children.
You're not a child anymore. You're an adult.
But you know what they say, a child will always be a child.
What are you saying? You always ask for your birthday gifts, but you never given anything to them.
That's a waste of money.
And even if you're a little kid, you can't just take money from your parents' wallets. That's stealing.
How dare you talk to my sister like that? You're jealous because I'm beautiful.
That's enough. I can't talk with you any longer. Bye.
Olivia, I have some news.
Hi, Ruby. It's been a long time. You haven't said anything to me for the past 2 months, and you haven't asked for money. I was wondering what's going on with you.
I've been busy. I've got a lot on my plate.
I see.
Actually, I'm getting married.
What? Have you been seeing someone?
We met 2 months ago.
You met 2 months ago and you've already decided to get married? Isn't that too soon?
It can't be helped. We met right then and there. We were both shocked when we met. That means we're meant to be.
Well, that's great.
So the wedding is in 3 days.
What? No way.
And it's at 5 Seasons Hotel.
You know I'm having my wedding there in 3 days, right? I mean, 5 Seasons is very popular. It's always booked for the following year. We only got ours when they had a cancellation 6 months ago.
I decided to take your wedding as is.
What do you mean? I don't understand.
I'm getting married to Rick.
Huh?
I'm sorry, but I can't help it. Rick says he wants to marry me. I guess it's natural for a man to prefer a beautiful one, so I'm getting married instead.
I see.
So I've notified the wedding hall already. They needed to change the bride's name.
Did you tell them the bride's name has been changed?
That's what I said. The people at the wedding hall were a little surprised.
Of course they were.
But it happens every once in a while.
It doesn't happen that often. They were concerned because it was so unusual. I mean, did you really do that?
Yeah, now I'm the bride. We have no issues, right? Oh, you were invited too, of course. Mom and Dad are aware of this.
No way.
It's true. I think they understood. I'm a better match for Rick.
Did they say anything? Were they okay when you told them?
That's right.
I see.
Surprised?
Well, I didn't expect this to happen.
I guess it was meant to be.
Well, if Mom and Dad agreed to this, then so be it.
What? Is it okay?
Because Rick chose you. It doesn't matter what I say now.
What? You're so understanding. Have you realized that no matter how hard you try, you can't win?
That's right.
You finally figured it out. No one likes ugly women.
But why did Rick change his mind so quickly?
It was love at first sight.
I see. Then it's not my place to say anything.
That's right. You should give me your blessing. After all, your lovely sister is getting married.
Okay.
What?
My sister is getting married. I'm happy for you.
Hey, you know what? The man I'm marrying was your fiancé.
Of course, I understand. But this kind of thing happens all the time, right?
Are you sure?
Of course. If it's you or me, everyone will choose you. I'm so happy for you. I hope you'll be happy.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, Ruby, what's wrong? It's your wedding day, right? You don't have time for this, do you?
I tried calling you.
Sorry, it was ringing. I was busy.
What are you doing? What do you mean you're busy?
Oh, you know, stuff.
What do you mean, stuff? Why didn't you come to the wedding? You made me feel terrible.
I'm not going.
Why not? It's your sister's wedding.
But you know the groom is my ex-fiancé. If I go there, people will be nervous. I'll ruin the atmosphere.
But no one's coming. Mom? Dad? Relatives?
They said they were too embarrassed to attend because the bride has changed. They're too embarrassed to attend.
What's so embarrassing? It's your daughter's wedding day. They don't want to see me in a wedding dress?
I guess not. They couldn't say anything when you told them you were taking away my fiancé.
And the relatives?
Do you really think they'd be happy to come? It's your wedding.
Why?
What do you think you've done? You asked your aunts and uncles for money and never returned it. You owe your cousins money too, right? Do you know how many times Mom and Dad had to clean up your messes?
I don't. But Mom and Dad returned the money, right?
You never returned most of the clothes and bags you borrowed from your cousins. Didn't you once make a move on me as boyfriend?
He is the one who asked for my number.
You did all those things. No one wants to come to your wedding, especially if they heard it was my ex-fiancé.
None of my friends are here either.
Did you have any friends?
Of course! I sent invitations to all my friends.
I see. And did you get replies saying they'd all come?
No, but...
Then they aren't coming.
I'm sure they read it.
Maybe they have. They must have just ignored it.
What do you mean?
It's a celebration for you. They didn't want to say no. You're lucky you have friends who care.
That's not friends. If we were friends, they'd come to my wedding.
That's right. They're not friends.
Huh?
In short, no one considers you as a friend. I guess that's what it means.
Huh? Don't they consider me a friend? Even though I'm a good friend to them?
It could be that mindset that keeps friends away. You try to one-up them.
I don't!
That's not true. You need to thank them for not saying, I don't want to go to your wedding.
How can I thank them for that? I can't believe none of the bride's guests showed up at the wedding.
I don't blame you. What goes around comes around.
Rick's guests left too. He didn't tell his parents about me. They were really upset and left.
Of course they should be angry. Do you realize what you did now?
It's too much.
But I'm grateful.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Well, you really saved my life. I was having second thoughts about my marriage.
Huh?
They said they'd take 70% as a cancellation fee if we cancel because it was already less than 2 months. I thought if I'm going to pay for it anyways, let's have a dinner party. But then you said you'd take care of it.
What do you mean?
Rick is in debt. He is very much into gambling. He never showed such behavior in front of me. I didn't notice it at all.
Gambling? Debt? What?
Surprise, right?
I didn't know.
I knew he was hiding it from you too. He didn't tell me either, until my friend told me she saw Rick at a casino. I had no idea.
But he works for a big company, right?
People aren't always what they seem. When I asked him about it, he confessed. He cried that he didn't want to break off the engagement.
Huh?
Apparently, he wanted to get married and live off my salary. He was going to use his salary to pay his debts. Then I found out you were getting close to Rick.
What?
I was watching you guys. I mean, Rick broke up with me because you were interested in him. I was fortunate.
So, when I told you the other day that I would marry him...
Yes, I knew, and I got a call from the wedding hall confirming it.
Really?
Of course they did. I'd been arranging everything up until then. I'd been meeting with them all along. They only changed it after checking with me.
You knew everything? That's why you were so happy when I told you I was getting married.
I pretended to be surprised, but I was so happy that I couldn't help it.
Did Mom and Dad know?
Of course. I told them I was thinking of canceling the wedding because Rick is a gambler and has debts.
But when I said I was going to marry him, they didn't say anything about that.
I was a little surprised about that, but I guessed right away that they were the same as me.
Same as what?
Well, I asked them about it later. They said they were too dumbfounded to say anything. They were going to let you do whatever you wanted.
I don't get it at all. Their daughter is about to marry a gambling maniac with debts, and they didn't stop me.
You are a grown-up. You can choose your path. They said they might have stopped you if it was not Rick, but seeing you taking my fiancé, they gave up on you.
That's terrible. We are already registered.
Well, congratulations.
What's so happy about it?
You guys would make a perfect couple. They have similar personalities. I hope you guys get along well for a long time to come.
I don't want to do that. Where are you now?
Me, Mom, and Dad are going on a trip.
What trip?
Rick was supposed to pay for the wedding, and I was supposed to pay for the honeymoon, and I already paid for it.
What do you mean?
If I cancel, I won't get the full amount back. So I decided to pay for one more person and make it a family trip. Luckily, we got the plane tickets and the hotel said yes.
I didn't hear anything about a family vacation. Just the three of you?
Yeah, you're not family anymore.
What are you talking about? I'm your sister.
We're all going to leave you alone. I don't have to tell you why.
I have no idea.
Then, you're beyond help. What you've done to me was terrible, but I don't care anymore.
No! Take me on a trip with you!
Of course not. Besides, you just got married. You can't go on a vacation with your sister.
I'm not marrying that guy. I'm getting out of here.
You can't do that, can you?
Why not?
I checked with the wedding hall and they said Rick only paid the deposit. He told them he would pay the rest after the ceremony.
That's...
They will let you leave once the payment is made.
Rick is going to pay for that, right?
I don't think he has that kind of money. Maybe he was counting on the wedding gifts, but all the guests left, right?
What's going to happen then?
I don't know. It's not my wedding anymore, and it's none of my business.
Are you abandoning me?
I told you, I don't consider you as my sister anymore. I've already told you that, so good luck with your marriage.
I don't want to. No, absolutely not. I'm going home.
Oh yeah, I just remembered that I had to tell you. We've moved to a new place.
What?
No one lives in that house anymore. We've prepared for the move, but it's been a whirlwind since this morning. We started moving after you left home this morning.
Oh no!
Well then, take care and good luck.
Wait! Don't leave me! I'm sorry for everything I've done! Please forgive me! I'm sorry!
My sister had no money and nowhere to go, so she never got a divorce. She works day and night to pay Rick's debt and the wedding expenses. She texted me saying she needed help. Rick also has a second job now, but he's still in debt. They still have a lot of debt, and Ruby said she wanted to come home. We blocked her as fast as we could. I came home from a much-enjoyed family vacation. I have cut off contact with my sister and her husband, and I'm living peacefully every day. I want to do my best to give back to my parents.